David Moyes has been reappointed Everton manager 11 and a half years after leaving for Manchester United, and he's signed a 2.5-year contract until 2027, and he said he didn't hesitate in retaking the job. It's great to be back. I enjoyed 11 wonderful and successful years at Everton and didn't hesitate when I was offered the opportunity to rejoin this great club. I'm excited to be working with the Friedkin Group, and I'm looking forward to helping them rebuild the club. And I think that's a key word. Everton are in dire need of a rebuild. And I think Moyes is the right man for the job at this time. I can understand some Everton fans who are saying that it isn't an exciting appointment, and some have even said that it feels like we're going backwards and should have stuck with Dyche. I disagree. The football under Dyche was horrendous, the lack of goals and everything else that's been spoken about a lot. And David Moyes won't have us playing like Sean Dyche was. I will be very surprised if he does. So Everton are currently 1 point above the relegation zone, and I'm hoping that Moyes will prove to be a safe pair of hands just to ensure that we get to the stadium as a Premier League club. He went on to say, now we need Goodison and all Evertonians to play their part in getting behind the players in this important season so we can move into our fabulous new stadium as a Premier League team. We've had some communication from the top as well. Everton Executive Chairman Mark Watts added, we are pleased that David is joining us at this pivotal time in Everton's history. With over a decade of experience at the club, he is the right leader to propel us through our final season at Goodison Park and into the new stadium. We look forward to working with David to build the foundation of a new era for Everton. And I think that's the key thing. You know, David Moyes is not, I've been hearing this phrase a lot, the project manager. You know, I'm hoping that David Moyes is the manager that can just sort a lot out. You know, contract situations of players who are out of contract this summer. David Moyes knows a player. You know, most of the time at Everton, he got it right. He was here for 11 years, so of course, sometimes it didn't go as well as we would hope. But there are just so many examples that I can give. For example, when Thomas Gravesen went off to Real Madrid, he brings in Mikel Arteta on loan. You know, he brings in Lescott and sells him for 22 million. That's the most positive thing I can say about David Moyes, is that he knows a player. And he coached players to improve them, so they got sold on for way more than we paid for them. And so I'm looking at players now in the modern day, because of course the landscape of football now has changed. David Moyes has spoken about, and I listened to him on The Overlap, which I recommend if you haven't seen. I think it's pretty recent as well, actually. Moyes was on there for a good hour, talking about just West Ham, Everton, everything. And I'm intrigued to see how that works, because now, of course, we have the director of football model, and Moyes won't be going out himself to scout players like he was then. I kind of still wish that he was, because I'm a little bit old school, but also because he found players like PNR for 2 million, Leighton Baines for 6, Jagielka for 4. And he found them from everywhere. Fellaini, you know, players that nobody knew about. Tim Cahill. There are just so many examples, aren't there? But it is a different time now, and I hope that him and Kevin Thau are going to have a positive relationship to bring in those sorts of players, because we won't have a lot of money to spend. And also players like Patterson and Armstrong, who haven't really had a look in, and yes, we're playing League One opposition this week, but look decent. I feel like Moyes can make Patterson into a decent right back. He already wants to charge forward and put a cross in. Great, you know. and they have quite a bit in common. So I think Moyes will also love having a player like Ndiaye, and will hopefully get the best out of him, and we'll stop seeing the hoofball. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see more goals from open play, we'll put the ball on the floor, we'll try and play some football, we'll have our full-backs getting forward. I mean, the partnership of Baines and Coleman, every single season they would both be linked with Man United. That's credit to Moyes. So yeah, I'm happy with the appointment. I think it's a safe appointment. I hope it turns out that way. And then in 2.5 years' time, this gives the Friedkin group time to think, what do we want? I want the Brighton model. Okay, young, exciting manager, but right now we're not in that position. Moyes just needs to steady the ship, and I have confidence that he will. Okay, thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts below. Bye.